Alright, for example 3, we have the function there, and it says to evaluate and label domain and range. On the last test, people didn't do so hot with labeling domain and range, so make sure we do that right this time, so make sure you're paying attention. So with this one, again, we know that x equals 4. So that means when we go to this function, we're putting 4 in for each x that we have there. So f of 4 here, we're going to do 4 squared minus 3 times 4 plus 2. And then we're going to work everything out. So 4 squared is 16. 3 times 4 is 12. Keep that negative sign there. And plus 2. Or negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. It's up to you how you write that. All right, so 16 minus 12 is positive 4. And plus 2. So it gives you 6. So f of 4 is equal to 6. Now again, labeling our domain and range. Domain is x equals 4. Our range is f of 4 equals 6. So make sure you have x equals 4 and f of 4 equals 6. Make sure you have that. All right, for the next part here, for x, we're going to put x plus 1 in that spot. So we take each one of these x's and we put x plus 1 in that spot. Again, here we FOIL this out because we have 2 of them. Or we box it out, so therefore we have 2 of them. Because we have 2 of them. And so FOIL it or box it, I'm just going to write the answer down. So take your time. If you need to stop and go ahead and FOIL it out and then do all that stuff and then come back to it, that's fine. Or box it out. It's up to you. But that's the answer you should get. Take that negative 3 to both of them. So negative 3x minus 3 plus 2. And so the last part here is x squared. Combine our like terms there, which is negative x. So a positive 2 and a negative 3. So if you owe $3 and you give them $2, that means you still owe them $1. And then here we have 1 and negative 3 and a 2. So our like terms right here. So that gives you a 0. So 1 and negative 3 is negative 2. And then negative 2 plus 2 is just 0. So we have that. So f of x plus 1 equals that part. And make sure you have the f of x plus 1 and equals that part. That's what I'm looking for. And then here our domain is x equals x plus 1. And our range is f of x plus 1 equals x squared minus x. And that's it. That's all you got to do for that. Okay. Now let's move on to number 4 really quickly. And here we have our graph. And we spend time on this graph for a little bit now. All right, so when it comes to this, so it's our graph there. And for the A there, they want you to find f of negative 3 and find f of 6. Now with this, I'm not looking for an ordered pair because they have ordered pairs over here. I'm looking at what does f of negative 3 equal? So it should equal a number. F of 6 should equal a number. So when we do this, we said, okay, x equals negative 3. And what is our y value? Is what we're looking for. So where x equals negative 3, so at 0, so 1, 2, 3. So negative 3 is x. You go up, and your answer is 4. So negative 3, 4. So your answer is 4. Same thing for 6. We say x equals 6. So we come to where 6 is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. No, not 6. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my fault. That's 1, not 6. Whew. Hope you guys actually caught that ahead of time. My bad. So we're talking about 1 when x is equal to 1, not 6. So here we come over to 1. And then we go down till we find that point. So that is 1, -3. And that's all we do. That's all we're looking for. Okay, so this is 4A. Right, 4B now says, okay, let's take this graph. So 4B says, let's take this graph and find your domain. So again, we're going from left to right to see where it starts and where it stops. And again, we said arrows mean infinity. So if we go from left to right to see where it starts and stops. So it starts here at -3. So this line right here at -3 is where it starts. And then we follow this line until we get to the very end of it. And when we get to the end of it, we end up with an arrow right there. And what does arrows mean? What do arrows mean again? Infinities. And on that side, it's a positive infinity because it's on the positive side. Okay. So it's a parenthesis on infinity, always. And then on the 3, that's a closed circle. So it's a bracket. And then for that one there, C, it says find the range. And so here, we're going from the bottom of the graph to the top of the graph. So the bottom of the graph is right here at -3. The top is going to be wherever the arrow stops, because that arrow is going on forever and ever. So it goes up forever and ever and ever to positive infinity up there. And again, this is a closed circle. And that's it. That's number 4.